This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm Katie Ramble with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. First, some new details in the state of education. Governor Doug Ducey holding an event at the signing of what is now the most expansive school choice option in the U.S. All that fanfare despite the fact that the law is in direct opposition to a voter referendum that passed years ago. Passage means Arizona parents can now send their children to any school, and the state money dedicated to them will follow them. The ceremonial bill signing took place at Phoenix Christian Academy. The superintendent, Jeff Blake, there says the education savings accounts offer opportunities for students who might not otherwise be able to afford his school.
Every penny matters, and Phoenix Christian and other private schools are able to more efficiently educate children. It costs the state less money. We're here to leverage every penny for the good of the students behind me.
The group Save Our Schools opposes this voucher program. It has started a petition drive to restrict the eligibility. Save Our Schools needs to collect more than 237,000 voter signatures to have that initiative on the 2024 ballot. They believe voters, not the legislature, should get to decide who's eligible for school vouchers. Well, the ESA expansion will start September 24th, meaning you do have choices to make for your child. We're going in depth to help you better understand the ESAs a little bit better. So here's what they'll do. They'll help cover expenses to attend private schools, but they don't necessarily cover all the tuition and all the fees. A budget committee figures the average ESA will be about $7,000, but Education Data Initiative finds the average private school tuition is more than $12,000 a year. ESAs don't automatically get your child into a private school. The schools can still set their own rules and choose who gets in and who is denied. Developing now, Vallow Daybell back in the courtroom to argue the language of her indictment. Her attorneys were asking the judge to split two conspiracy charges against her because they say it would make her trial more fair. Daybell will stand trial in January with her husband Chad for allegedly killing his ex-wife, as well as Lori Daybell's two children, JJ and Tylee. Kids were first reported missing in 2019 after moving from the valley to Idaho. Also in court, the man accused of killing a QT clerk over a pack of cigarettes. This happened in 2015. Apolinar Altamirano taking a plea, agreeing to serve nearly 39 years in prison. He'll be officially sentenced on Friday. But this case made national headlines because Altamirano is an undocumented immigrant who was awaiting deportation proceedings at the time of this murder. What's more, he'd been released from jail on a burglary charge. He dumped a full jar of change on the counter to pay for a pack of cigarettes, and when the clerk, Grant Ronabeck, told him he had to count the money himself, Altamirano shot and killed him. Ronabeck was just 21. Happening now, pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens are already offering flu shots ahead of the season. Health experts say with the flu shot and COVID vaccines and boosters, the timing is key. ABC 15 Health Insider Dr. Shad Marvasti says it's best to get your flu shot ahead of the peak season, which is traditionally from October through March. That's because immunity isn't instantaneous.
You're not going to have that protection like within a day. Typically with most vaccines, your body will make antibodies in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Dr. Marvasti goes on to say getting a vaccine before the peak season holds for COVID as well, and cases have typically spiked in the winter and summer months. Dr. Marvasti adds getting the flu and COVID vaccine or booster at the same time will not reduce their effectiveness. And health officials also say a new COVID vaccine booster will be available to all of us this fall to help fight off 2 coronavirus strains. The White House COVID-19 response coordinator says the new boosters will be available in early to mid-September. The shots are supposed to protect us from BA4 and BA5 coronavirus subvariants.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens. Tracking your forecast as storm chances go up tomorrow. We'll start the day in the 80s. Pretty quiet early on, but as we head into the afternoon and evening, we will kick in a 40% chance for monsoon storms. We'll hit the upper 90s by noon. Triple digits take us throughout the afternoon hours, and really the best bet for storms looks to be as we head into tomorrow night, with temperatures dropping into the low 90s by 9 p.m. Here's what it looks like on Futurecast. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, storms bubbling up to the north We could see some action in the valley in the afternoon hours, but probably a little bit more likely here as we head into the later evening hours. But those chances only ramping up by the end of the week even more. We also have this high pollution advisory, which has now been extended through Wednesday. It does look like air quality will improve as the rain chances ramp up and we kind of wash that air out. But another air quality alert tomorrow, and then temperatures will be in the 90s as we go up to a 60% chance for storms on Friday and Saturday.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, visit ABC15.com or download our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.